Hello, I'm Andy, and I'm going to read to you a program called Tarot Monthly Horoscope for the month of November 2018, and this is for you coming from Virgo. So let's start now. I'm going to shuffle my Kabbalistic tarot cards, and I'm going to talk to you about your first 15 days of November, and this has got to do with your job area and you coming from Virgo. So let's see how that works out for you. It's a good enough card. It says in your job area you're going to get very good news. You're going to get support come very unexpectedly. You're going to have the chance to even make more money. So in the first 15 days of November, tell yourself to be upbeat and work very hard so that your bosses can have a look at you doing that and the good news will come. The next card that I pull will have to do with business. So let's see in your first 15 days of November how you do in business. Well, it says don't go chasing for new business, but your ongoing business is very steady and that can grow. So don't want to adventure into the area of which you are not very sure of, where new businesses may lead you. That won't go down very well. But your ongoing business is definitely going to grow very well. So concentrate on what you're doing, look for expansion, and you will get all that good news coming for you. Now regarding general finances, and they're good enough. Well, there's a card where it's raining. So it says that, again, don't expect too much shelter. That means finances may not come in the form of newness, new financial areas may not come. But your ongoing is good enough. As I look further down the card, the stability is there, the foundations are there. So financially you seem to be fine, but looking for new finances, that might be a headache for you. So try to go easy on that. Now I'm going to go to the area of romance in your first 15 days of November for you coming from Virgo. Don't be possessive, don't come out too strong. The first few words I have to tell you in the first 15 days where romance is concerned. Take it easy, be flexible, be negotiable, and your ongoing romance will be very nicely placed and good enough for you. There's some unexpected good news waiting as well. That could be because you can find unexpected new romance if you want. But that area, it says, be a bit careful. You can be put in a situation where you don't know what you get. So be a bit, I won't say suspicious, but be a bit cautious as to how you're giving your heart away too quickly for a new romance. But the ongoing romance, you can definitely do better and better. So romance areas are very nicely placed. And you're going to get a lot of benefits as well from your ongoing romance. Good news of some kind or another will come. Now regarding your marriage, let me pull this card for you coming from Virgo. Well, it's a good card. It says that you are reversing any things that were negative in the near past, and you're going towards much better areas in the near future, which in this case means in the first 15 days of November. And so first 15 days are going to produce plenty of opportunities, whether in we're talking about marriage now, and in the area of marriage you can have a lot of bonding as well in the first 15 days of November. And things are going very well, where the planning of being togetherness, whether to buy a new house or whether to go into areas like that, you coming from Virgo are going to do very well in the first 15 days. So there you are. Marriage areas very happy, romance areas very happy. And what about general family areas, which include parents and brothers and sisters and everybody? Should you go looking for help from them? And it says don't. It says don't. It says it can create conflict if you allow brothers, sisters, relatives, or your parents to interfere with romance or marriage. So let's leave it at that. Don't want to go and speak to them about what's happening. Okay, now I want to go to the last 15 days of November for you coming from Virgo. And let's start with your job area, last 15 days. Well, the good news is that in your job area, you can be expecting a promotion or more responsibility and good stuff. The bad news is that you are creating many enemies who are jealous of you or who are not willing to support you. And they will want to make your reputation to go bad. So listen to all that carefully. Chances of growing bigger are much better in the ongoing job, but it creates less support for you. So you'll have to work something out. I would say you definitely don't want to be aggressive in your approach. Take the soft approach. Now I'm going to talk about your business areas in the last 15 days. It's a card says that short-term businesses are good to start in the last 15 days or to expect investment to be paying off. So whatever is short-term, go all out. Is it financial speculation of some kind that will give you a reward? But long-termness you cannot somehow get because there are short-term planets on this card. So short-term in the last 15 days, in area of business, you're going to score some very good points. So concentrate and think short-term and you'll be able to do well. Now regarding general finances for you coming from Virgo in the last 15 days, let's see what the card says. Opposition is seen, so getting very good news from the bank manager may not be very possible. Disappointment is seen. But there's a planet here of expansion as well. So I would say in the area of general finances, you may find people who are interested to come into business for you, but outright borrowing like from the bank may not be possible. So talk to people who are interested in a business like yours and they might bring in the finances. Now the area of romance for the last 15 days for you coming from Virgo. Well, you can find a very lucky new romance, it says, which will come very unexpectedly for you, and you will have a lot of enjoyment, I suppose. But there are three planets here. The second planet of Neptune shows that there is a complication from a new romance. There is a new complication. There is a new complication from this new romance, it says, during the last 15 days. So the last thing you want is to somehow go for this new romance. Think about it, go slow. The romance will come your way. Go slow as to tying up too quickly. That's what I would talk about. And if I use this card for your ongoing romance, it says the ongoing romance is more stable. It can withstand any kind of problems. So the new romance, if you get, is a bit risky. Ongoing romance is more stable. So now let me pull the next card to do with your marriage. And let's see what happens with your marriage. What card do I pull for the last 15 days, you coming from Virgo? And there's not much difficulty at all. There's something of a secretive nature that might come up for discussion. Make sure it's not your doing in the past. And if it is something from your marriage partner, don't bring it up, let it go, because that seems to be the sore point. And also I would say you coming from Virgo in the last 15 days, don't want to take the lead, don't let the planet of ego make you want to somehow take charge. Share whatever it is in your marriage areas and you'll be happy enough. I make a card that your ongoing marriage can have plenty of chances of doing well, basically. Now the general family area. The general family area says, well, that includes your parents and your brothers and sisters. Don't include them, it says. It will create a lot of complications left, right and center. So keep whatever is happening in your romance and marriage away from the knowledge of your parents or brothers and sisters would be much better, definitely. Now the general family area, I would say, was that. Now I'm going to talk to you, coming from Virgo, about your lucky ages. And this is for the whole month of November. Let's see what the card says. And it's a Venus-Mercury card. So I'll have to say that if you happen to be the ages of 23 or 32 or 41 or 50 or 59 or 59 or 68. You would be a very lucky person in any area of life in the month of November. You are the chosen one. If you are not of these ages, don't panic or be unhappy. You will need to come and see me for a 90-minute session, and that would be to get your next 7 or 8 years right, and I will work on that. And it will cost you USD 50, and I'll base that on your date of birth, time of birth, and looking at your palms. Let's talk about that a bit later. So this is a very good card, your lucky ages. And if you happen to be of these ages, you're going to get a lot of benefits. Now for you coming from Virgo, let me talk to you about your lucky dates. There are bound to be some fantastically lucky dates for you coming from Virgo in the month of November. And this card says that look forward to the 5th, the 14th and the 23rd. Plenty of good news, whether in romance, whether in marriage, whether in job, whether in business, whether for anything. For you coming from Virgo, the 5th, the 14th and the 23rd are going to be special days and nights, producing a lot of good luck for you. And the next one I'm going to pull the card for will be your lucky colors. There's two possibilities. One is brown and one is white, but I'm going for white. I'm going to say that if you wear plenty of white in the month of November, you're going to attract a lot of good a lot of good energy and good luck from many of these planets. So undergarments, top garments, contact as much white as possible, and you'll be extremely lucky in anything that you want, anything you want to do in this month of November. And now for you coming from Virgo, I'm going to talk to you about a direction you should face as much as possible so that you can get good luck from those planets who are sitting in that direction, and the direction is northwest. So sit and face northwest, stand and face northwest, whether at home, whether in the office, whether anywhere, and make all your wishes that you want, and northwest is going to produce plenty of good energy for you, find solutions for you as well. So face northwest and think of whatever you want to plan and do, whether for job, for business, whether romance, for marriage. Look for the decision you want to make, and the answer you get when you're facing northwest will be a perfectly good answer. Well, that's what I have to tell you. Now, I'm already Skyping and I'm charging USD 50 for a 90-minute Skype session. And during this 90 minutes, I'll talk to you about your next 7, 8 or 9 years. I'll talk about all areas. I'll give you your personal lottery numbers, and all this will be based on your date of birth, time of birth, and looking at your palms. I'll give you your lucky days and your lucky lottery numbers and your directions and your gemstones and a lot of information. And I'll go through age by age, calendar year by calendar year, to let you know what awaits you in your next 7, 8 or 9 years. And so go to Facebook, go to Skype, send me a message, and I'll come back to you as soon as I can, so that we can get this next 7, 8 or 9 years for you perfectly poised. Until then, thank you and good luck.